Hey guys, Gizmodict here, and today I have one of the most anticipated phones of 2020. No, it's not the OnePlus Nord. There have been a lot of videos about it. What we're going to take a look at today is the Asus ROG Phone 3. So Asus has finally dropped this phone in India, and I don't know the pricing yet because I'm recording this video much before the official launch. So I'll let you know about the pricing in the description box. You can let me know your thoughts about the pricing in the comments. In this video, we're going to unbox the Asus ROG Phone 3. We'll take a look at what all do we get inside the box, and I'll also give you guys my first impressions and a hands-on review, and we'll cover the features of this phone. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So first, let's take a look at the box of the ROG Phone 3. So on the front, as you can see, you've got the ROG Phone 3 branding along with the ROG logo, and on the sides as well, you have some more ROG Phone 3 branding. But after that, when you flip the box to the back, you have a lot of details written about the phone. So here you've got the pricing information, which is wrong. Manufacturers always put a higher price on the box. The actual price is given in the description box. Please refer to that. After that, you have some things written like what all is available inside the box, some addresses, and you also have the specifications written about the phone. So as you can see, I have the 128GB variant, which is going to be the base variant in India. Also, if you take a look at the top part of the box, you will see this ROG design, and if you scan this with the ROG Phone 3, it will take you to an AR video or an AR sort of game, so which is quite cool. Normally, manufacturers don't put this much thought into the design of the box of the phone, but what Asus did is actually quite cool. But anyways, we are not here for that, we are here for the phone. So inside the box, the first thing that you get is this piece of cardboard, inside which you've got a case for the Asus ROG Phone 3. Now if you remember the Asus ROG Phone 2, they gave a similar case inside the box. So this is a 1500 or 2000 rupees case, and as you can see, it has a really cool design. So they are giving it for free in every Indian box of the ROG Phone 3, so you will get this with your phone, and I think this case looks pretty cool. Apart from that, you've got some paperwork and the SIM ejector tool, and below that is the ROG Phone 3 itself. Now if we take a look at this phone, you can see that the design is very similar to the ROG Phone 2. In fact, from a distance you won't be able to figure out which phone is what, but there are certain differences, but we'll cover that later on. As of now, let's just keep it to the side and see what else do we get inside. So apart from the ROG Phone 3, you've got a 30-watt charging adapter. So that's something new because with the ROG Phone 2, we got an 18-watt adapter. This is a 30-watt adapter, and after that, we've got a USB Type-C to Type-C cable. So this is not your typical Type A to Type C, it's a Type C to Type C cable. And after that, we've got a Type C to headphone jack converter because this phone does not get a headphone jack. Quite a bummer, right? But we'll talk about that later on. So these are all the accessories and everything that you get inside the box of the Asus ROG Phone 3. Now let's throw all of this to the side and come to the phone itself. So here's our Asus ROG Phone 3, and this phone is a beast when it comes to specifications. I mean, literally everything that you can imagine in a top of the line Android phone, you probably have it on the ROG Phone 3. Let's start with the chipset first, because this phone has got the Snapdragon 865 Plus. It's one of the first phones to get it apart from the Lenovo's gaming smartphone. So this phone has a 3.1 GHz Snapdragon 865 Plus, and in theoretical performance, it's 10% faster in terms of GPU performance than the Snapdragon 865. It also gets 5G, and if we talk about the RAM, it's an 8GB RAM. So this is going to be an LPDDR5 RAM, and you've got 128GB UFS 3.1 storage. So LPDDR5 plus UFS 3.1 storage, and you've got Snapdragon 865 Plus. The phone also features Asus's cooling design. They have their vapor chamber cooling system, which they have been using on all of their ROG phones. And apart from that, if we talk about the battery, you've got a 6000 mAh of battery like the ROG Phone 2. The only difference is that this time you get a 30-watt charger inside the box, which can charge this phone from 0 to 100 in 1.5 hours. Just imagine 6000 mAh in 1.5 hours. Anyways, after that, let's talk about the most exciting part of this phone, which is the display. On the Asus ROG Phone 3, you've got a 6.59-inch Full HD Plus display, and it's an AMOLED panel. Now you might be wondering what's so cool about it. Well, the thing is that this is a 144Hz display. So if you thought that the 120Hz display on the OnePlus 8 Pro was smooth, well, use the 144Hz display on the Asus ROG Phone 3. So this is a really good display. It's HDR10 certified. It's got a brightness of 650 nits, and the peak brightness can go up to 1000 nits, and Asus actually has given a lot of numbers. The delta E is less than 1. I'm just showing you all the specifications of the display right now. So basically the point is this is a really good panel. The response rate is of 1 millisecond and the touch response rate is of 270 Hz. All of the other phones have 180 or 240, but this phone has a 270 Hz touch response rate. So in terms of display, this phone is absolute baller. And I actually want to compare it with the OnePlus 8 Pro and the S20 Ultra in terms of quality. In terms of smoothness, obviously it's better, but I want to see how the colors and the viewing angles are in comparison to the OnePlus 8 Pro and the S20 Ultra. I'll cover that in my full review. But as of now, this phone does get Wildvine L1 support as well, and I've checked Amazon Prime and Netflix, and 1080p was working without any problems so far. So the display is really cool. This is the first time I'm experiencing a 144Hz panel, and in fact Asus gives you settings to change the refresh rates across the board. Some brands like OnePlus only give you a 60, 120 and all of those things, but on the Asus ROG Phone 3 you can go from 60, 90, 120 all the way up to 144, and you also have an auto option, so that's great. But now from the display, let's move on to another exciting part of this phone, which is cameras. Normally, gaming phones don't have great cameras, but on the Asus ROG Phone 3, you've got the triple camera setup on the back. So this time you've got 64 megapixel Sony IMX686. After that, you've got a wide angle lens, which is same as the ROG Phone 2. And then you also have a 5 megapixel macro lens. The front camera also remains the same as the ROG Phone 2 with a 24 megapixel sensor. But what's cool about this camera is the video capabilities. So this phone can take 8K videos. A lot of phones with Snapdragon 865 can do that. But what's really cool is that this phone can record HDR videos at 4K. Now that's crazy and I can't wait to test it out. And apart from that, this phone also takes slow-mo videos at 4K. So you have support for 4K 120fps. Normally phones only support 4K 60 and then they support 1080p 120fps. But this guy right here has 4K 120fps support. And apart from that, Asus has also given you a pro video mode right inside the phone's camera app, so you can change all the settings manually and take video the way you want to. The only thing that the video camera is missing here is optical image stabilization. You have to make do with the electronic image stabilization, but of course I'll compare it with the OnePlus 8 Pro and the S20 Ultra and we'll see how the camera stacks up in front of them, because the OnePlus 8 Pro has got a really good camera. You also get camera to API support, and of course I'm already working on a Gcam video. So Gcam video also should be available very soon. Gcam works really well on this phone. So that's one area of concern, because like I said before, gaming phones don't really have great cameras. So I want to see how this thing stacks up to the competition. I guess we'll find out in the future videos. After that, let me talk about the design of the Asus ROG Phone 3. And if you see the design, it's actually very similar to the ROG Phone 2. If you're gonna look at both of these phones from a distance, I'm very sure you can't figure out which phone is which. But I really like the design of this phone. It has the same design language. You've got Gorilla Glass 6 on the front and the back. You've got a metal frame, and on the back you have that really pretty RGB logo. And you can also see Asus's cooling system. You've got the vents there, and you've also got the camera and the flash cutout, which look quite unique. If I talk about the form factor of this phone, definitely this phone is bulky. It's almost as bulky as the ROG Phone 2. Because it's got a big display and it's also got big bezels. Now those bezels serve a purpose because you've got really nice stereo speakers. If you remember, ROG Phone 2 had great stereo speakers and this phone just improves upon that. So the stereo speaker setup is really good and the phone weighs 240 grams. So if you like compact phones, this is definitely not for you. It's a big, bulky, heavy phone. If we take a physical overview of the phone, on the right hand side you've got the power button as well as the volume rocker, and you also have the air triggers. The air triggers once again are very similar to what we've seen before, but this time Asus has done a couple of new software tricks. So here you have support for swiping as well as sliding gesture, and apart from that they've got this new thing called dual partition. So you can partition each air triggers into separate areas and each area can act as one button. So basically with 2 air triggers you can have 4 functions. So in PUBG I've mapped the outer side of the air triggers for shooting and scoping, and the inner side of the air triggers has been mapped to jumping and proning. So as you can see, it works quite well. You have to get used to it, but after that it works really well. And you also have another gesture which is shaking the phone. So if you shake the phone, you can also assign some functions. So in PUBG, I have set it to reloading. So if I shake the phone, game will reload the ammo into the gun. So that's really cool that we get to see with air triggers. And apart from that, on the left hand side of the phone, you've got the SIM card tray. You've got the 2 Type-C ports, but do remember that the black one is the one which is a USB 3.1 port. Here you've got support for HDMI out. You can connect it to a capture card, and this also supports fast charging. The orange port is something you don't have to use. It is only reserved for the accessories that ASUS provides with this phone. On the bottom of the phone, you've got another USB Type-C port, and this phone has 4 microphones, so the audio quality out of this should be really good. What's surprising is that ASUS has decided to skip out on the 3.5mm headphone jack. I don't know why they've done that, but this phone does not get it. It's quite sad. I would have preferred having a 3.5mm jack like the ROG Phone 2, but the advantage on this phone is that you've got 2 Type-C ports. So if you are using earphones with one of the ports, you can always use the other one for charging. This is something you cannot do on other phones. Phones like the OnePlus 8 Pro, Mi 10, Galaxy S20, they only have a single Type-C port, so if you're charging, you cannot connect your earphones, and if you're connecting your earphones, you cannot charge the phone. So it's good that we've got 2 Type-C ports. I won't miss the headphone jack that much, but still it would have been great if ASUS would have included the headphone jack inside the phone. Finally, let's talk about the software on the ROG Phone 3. So this phone runs on ASUS UI or ROG UI. They've changed the name to that. But the software experience is very similar to what we've seen on the ROG Phone 2 and the Asus 6Z. And that's really good because here you don't get any bloatware right out of the box. There are no pre-installed apps apart from Netflix and Facebook apps and Google apps. So that's really good. You don't get any of the shitty apps like Hello or TikTok or anything like that. So that's great. And like I said before, the UI on this phone is very similar to stock Android, but ASUS has given a lot of additions like call recording, you've got dual apps, you've got tons of gestures, and because this is an ROG Phone 2, you also get this feature called Armoury Crate, where you can toggle different gaming related functions of the ASUS ROG Phone 3. The software experience has been great because it's a bloatware free interface, plus it's more or less based on stock Android, so it's very smooth and fluid. And given the fact that you've got 144Hz of refresh rate, everything just is a lot smoother on this phone. It's running on Android 10 right out of the box, and like I said, it's filled with features. So I don't think you'll be missing out on anything when it comes to the software experience. Plus the fact that it is bloatware free gives a peace of mind to a lot of people. This phone also has an in-display fingerprint sensor like the ROG Phone 2. It works pretty well, and you've also got always on display here. And what I really liked is the fact that ASUS has not skipped out on the LED notification light. You still get it on this phone, and I'm really happy to see it because a lot of phones are now just skipping out on it. So you get an LED notification light, always on display, and an in-display fingerprint sensor. There is also face unlock on this phone. So that's basically it with the Asus ROG Phone 3. There is still a lot of things to cover about this phone, so definitely a lot of videos will be coming to the channel very soon. Comparisons with OnePlus 8 Pro, Galaxy S20 Ultra, Mi 10, reviews, PUBG gameplay. I know you guys are waiting for it eagerly. So don't worry, I've been working on everything and it should be coming to the channel very soon. Along with the Asus ROG Phone 3, you get a lot of other accessories as well. So the accessories that were launched with the ROG Phone 2, you can watch my video here about it. They will be working with the ROG Phone 3. And apart from that, they've also launched some other accessories. So as and when I get them, I'll make videos about it. But as of now, this was my unboxing of the ROG Phone 3. And a lot of videos would be coming to the channel very soon. If you enjoyed watching this, then please hit the like button. Do let me know your thoughts about the ROG Phone 3. And if you don't want to miss out on my content about this phone, you know what to do. Subscribe and press the bell icon. And in case you did not like this video, then press the dislike button twice. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna be back in the notifications very soon. Peace.